Welcome to Tyrannosaurus Riffs. My name is Brandon, and today we're going to check out the orange Rockerverb 100 Mark III. This is a 2-channel amplifier with the channels revoiced to go from chimey to grinding. You've got selectable 30, 50, 70, or 100 watt performance, foot switchable attenuation for dynamic control. Tube spring reverb offers airy to full-on surf. You've got a buffered tube-driven effects loop. You've got 4 EL34 power tubes along with 4 12AX7 preamp tubes and 2 12AT7 preamp tubes. Now taking you across the front of the amplifier, you've got your on switch, your standby to go half power or full power, and then the third switch is going to be your clean or your dirty. You've got your attenuation, your reverb, and then for the dirty channel you've got your volume, your treble, your middle, your bass, and your gain. Your clean channel is going to feature treble, bass, and volume only. On the back of the amplifier, you've got your output valve switch from 4 or 2. That is for your 100 or 50 watt. You've got your speaker outputs, your attenuator, reverb, and channel for a foot switch if you have one, your effects loop, send and return, and then your power input on the far side. Now before we get to a playthrough of this, let's check this out in a quick mix. What's going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well out there. I'm pretty excited to check out the Rockerverb 100. About 1.5 years ago, I picked up my first orange, the Rockerverb 50, and that was one of my first amplifier videos and the first time ever plugging into an orange. So now I've got the 100. I traded it straight across to Jordan, who still has his PRS DW on loan to me. So even more excited to play this guitar again, but also check out an amazing amplifier. The orange 50 quickly became one of my favorites. Out of the 15 amplifiers I've had in the last couple of years, the orange 50 is one that I've used quite often and I just really enjoy playing. So I want to see how different the 100 is. I doubt it'll be a lot different, but it's a fun way for me to do another Rockerverb video. So no complaints there. I don't have the 50 with me, or I'd do a shootout just to see how close they are in tones and everything like that. But let's talk about the signal chain for a second and get going on this. So obviously we've got the PRS DWCE24. We've got the Mojo Tone pickups. These are passive pickups. I've got my Digitech drop pedal hooked up. The guitar is tuned to drop D, but the pedal has us in C at the moment. Right into the Rockerverb 100 Mark III, Mesa Oversize cabinet with vintage 30s. And behind me, we've got a 2-notes Torpedo Captor X recording for a better audio representation on your side. Other than that, let's check out a couple clean things and then we'll move on to some high gain. I do like some reverb, but not necessarily that much. That sounds really nice to me. I've said this before, sometimes I feel like the orange top end is a little bit too bright for me, or a little bit much. I'm not feeling that way right now. I don't know if it's because I've got passive pickups when I'm used to playing active, or if the 100 is just a little bit different, maybe a little less chimey to me. Either way, I really like those tones, and for those of you that are new to this channel, I like to do my cleans and leads on the neck pickup, so that's what that all was right there. Let's go ahead and move over to the high gain channel. We'll start with a couple drop D riffs and get this dialed in. Now, even everything at noon, that sounds pretty solid to me. Now, I don't really want to play around with that too much because I've got everything set up the way I want for the recording of this, but that way, if you want to crank it to get those tubes really cooking, you can do that and turn it down, and a 100 watt amplifier is not going to break your windows out if you don't want it to. One thing about orange amplifiers, if you've never played one, the knobs don't roll like a typical amplifier pot. They have indents, which I actually really like, but I can't just push it with my finger while I'm sitting here. A little bit too much. Now with my first Rockerverb, the first time I plugged into it, I actually thought it was broken. I had only really played a PV5150 for like 10 years. So when the gain was about right here, and this is the tone I got, I really thought I bought a broken amplifier. But they're just built differently, and that's one thing I've learned while checking out different amps. Let's switch to drop C before we go farther. I still love the Rockerverb. A couple of people that I know have said that the 50 seems tighter than the 100. I thought I'd be able to tell you if I thought that was, true in my opinion, but without having the 50 here, I really can't tell if it truly is tighter, but this sounds just as good. I think that this amp will probably remain in my top 3 to 5 favorites of all time. I truly do love the Rockerverb. I think it's a great amplifier. I know what kind of tones I like. These are the ones I'm enjoying tonight. I would EQ it a little different depending on the guitar and or the pickups, but I mean, I'm gonna get pretty close to where I want to be with whatever guitar I've got and this amplifier, because it sounds fantastic, and I think that Orange does a fantastic job with their voicing and their quality amplifiers. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had fun checking out the Rockerverb with me again. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you soon.